Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day or a great night depending on when you're watching this video. Today is currently the 3rd and it is what, Thursday? Y'all, I got paid yesterday and I didn't know it. Like, I was waiting until next week. Well, I thought I got paid next Wednesday, but I actually got paid yesterday, so I am way behind. So what I wanted to do is go ahead and finish tracking all of my expenses for the rest of the month of March. Yeah, March. And then what I need to do, I'm going to make another clip where I do a closeout in the same video as well. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Desiree. I do all things budgeting, and yeah, I'm just trying to pretty much take it day by day. So thank you all for subscribing, for the ones that have subscribed, the ones that have been watching my videos to the end. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and talk about all of this. So the last time we did our yesterday night was crazy. So as you can see, I am constantly getting notifications for flood warnings, tornado warnings, watches, all of the above. That's how it was last night. I kept getting notifications back to back to back to back to back. I have notifications going for my mom's area, also my area, and when I tell y'all, I tried to get some sleep. I thought I heard a siren going off in my head, but it was just me. I guess I was dreaming. I don't know. So I got up and the siren actually did go off about 20 minutes later. And I did not go back to sleep until this morning at about 4, I would say about 4 o'clock. So I got about 2.5 hours of sleep. And now it is 11:45. Let's go ahead and get this all taken care of. So the last time we talked about everything, the groceries had $52, travel had 180, nope. Travel had $80 still, spending had 27, essentials had $10, miscellaneous had 10, fun had 14, and spending ended up with 26. So here's all the rest of where the money went. So on the 31st, I spent from miscellaneous. Of course, it is going to be negative. I went to Walmart. I got my mom some things, which totaled up to be $33.03. And I do have the balance over here. So after that, it was $23.03. And then, of course, the same day, I did get all of us breakfast from Chick-fil-A. It was $26.95. I did grab breakfast because I took my niece to my city to visit my sister and brother-in-law, and then I also had to take her back home. But when I got ready to take her back home, I ended up having to spend the night at my sister's house because there was a storm coming and I couldn't, it wouldn't have been worth it to drive back home. So I spent the night at her house. I got us breakfast and that was $26.95 with $49.98 left. The 30th, and some of these are in fact out of order. The 30th, I spent $17.51. I spent that at Family Dollar. Now, I did get this money back. I am just tracking it because I did take the money from my debit card to pay for things. So that's why it's like that. But I did stop and get my other sister, some bleach and something else she needed. And I was already out, so I went and stopped and grabbed that. But I do have $20 to replace that with. On the 30th, I did get some gas from Speedway. I had $43 left. Also on the 30th, we stopped at the Pilot, spent $10.21, had $32.79 left. Also the same day, went to McDonald's, spent $17.07. So we ended up with $15.72 left. On the 31st, and this is from grocery, I did grab some things from Walmart while I was in my hometown. That way, when I get back to my apartment, I wouldn't have had to go anywhere. So $65, I did use the Care credit card because I do want that extra cash back amount, which put me at negative 13, which is not bad at all, and it's totally okay. The 27th, that's where I gave Travis that $10 and I had $17 left. Also on the 30th, I ended up stopping somewhere, spent $14.70, ended up with $2.30 left. Went to Walmart, grabbed my mom. My mom wanted me to grab her some eggs and what? Eggs and something else. Whatever it was $9.63. So we're in the negative for spending again, but it's fine. For the first, my niece had asked, could I get her some food? Now she is away at college. She mentioned that the food was nasty and something else she said in the text message, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got you. Thank goodness I had just got paid. So we ended up with, here are my totals. For miscellaneous, I have a negative $47.49. That's not including the amount from my sister. For travel, I do have $15.72. Well, just $15. Grocery, I do have a negative 13. Spending, I have a negative 7. Fun, I do have 14. Essentials, I have $10. So altogether, I do have $39 for my rollover amount. And what I did was, the money that I already had in my Chime account, I did move $39 to my savings account. But since I want that money in cash, remember that $171, I still have that minus $10. So I gave myself $39 in cash from that, and it is in my brown binder. Okay, y'all, so I am back. I actually closed out the video, so I have to get these two merged together. Wait a minute. See, look at this. This all the notifications that I've been getting since last night at about 10 o'clock. Just notifications back to back to back to back to back. Okay, so here is the money that I should have put back in the bank. Now, remember when we started out, I had $171. I did use $10 of that. Let me get my calculator. And this calculator is from Budgeting Just Because. Check out her shop. So at first we started out with $171. So I had to get everything together when it comes to the money. And that's because I ended up taking all the money out of the rollover envelope and putting it with the money that shouldn't have been. So with me having $39 for rollover, I wanted to add the amount to my rollover. But what I did was, since I initially had the money online in my Chime account, I wanted to take the money from here, the $142 that I had. Oh, I need to do this too. So $142 minus $20. And I say that because 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm doing it this way because I do have $20 that should be for care credit. Remember I said I got the $17 back from my sister? Well, she gave me 20 bucks. And of course I'm supposed to keep the change, but I'm not really worried about that right now. So, all together, now we should have 100, and we already messing up. So 39, so 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This money right here goes with the rollover money. And what I'm trying to do is not to spend any of my rollover money. And I want to count it at the end of the year. So, all together for rollover, I have 20, 40, 50, 60, 5, 75, 85, 86. Wait, stuff already out of order. Okay, let's try that again. And put my calculator right here just in case. So we have 20, 40, 60, 5, 75, 85, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So $100, y'all. 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $105, and I'm not going to write that down because I want to kind of be surprised. So, y'all, $105 for a rollover so far. And this money right here, which shouldn't be too much, should be maybe 100 and, I don't know, 20 some dollars. Yeah, because I put $20 in here for when my sister gave me her $20. So 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So $122 that should have went back to the bank, but who's going to the bank? So we're going to continue to reuse this money like we always do. If we spend it, it gets spent. If not, then it won't. Okay, y'all, so we are back. So I just went through and double checked all of this, compared it to this over here for the income for variable expenses. And let me do this here while we're here. One moment. Okay, y'all, so instead of me going through and subtracting this income, whoops, you can't see it. So instead of me subtracting this income from the fixed expenses, debt, savings and investment, and the variable expenses, what I did to make this easier on myself and to make this make sense to me, I put pretty much the full amounts of the different ones that I use for the categories and just started subtracting. So I forgot to take $1 from spending, which at first it was $47.82 and now it's $46.82. And for the positive amounts that's left is $39.72, but of course you know I'm not really worried about that change. So we have $39 in my rollover envelope. I'm most likely going to move the rollover money to the challenge that I have from A Pink Cloth Life that I used last year. Okay, y'all, so these numbers right here, well, these numbers right here are the full totals that I used. So when you add all of these numbers up in blue and subtract it from the 339, you get $56.82. The $10 that's missing comes from the $10 that I did let Travis, I gave to Travis. So that's why it's like that, but all together it's $46.82 negative and $39.72, which pretty much is $39 positive for rollover. Bye.